Okay, back in the box you go.
No, I don't want to go in the box anymore. It's dark and cold.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are literally here for a few hours of reading Chris Chan comics.
All for your entertainment.
All for your entertainment, good folks. Literally no one is going to watch this. If you are watching this, thanks for proving me wrong. Please hit subscribe and like, we desperately need it.
We need the validation.
Yeah. So how this is going to be structured is we don't really know how long it's going to take to get through an episode. As you can tell, we kind of go off on tangents. We have a little too much chemistry, so...
Is there such a thing? It's like there's the chemistry with the solutions actually go boom.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
We're on
how
the
are we
end of
talking
the
about
scale.
chemicals? We're talking about Chris Chan and SONICHU'S.
Tangents.
Tangents indeed. So what we're going to talk about... Oh my god, that voice. So what we're going to talk about today is a lovely comic called SONICHU. And this is an original work by Christian or Christine or Christopher or Ricardo Weston Chandler. Don't laugh. Why are you laughing?
No reason. Carry on.
Good. Okay. This individual is quite famous for being possibly the most documented internet persona. There's more documented individuals on the internet, but in terms of modern day people, he's definitely right up there, or she's definitely right up there with the highest in terms of people who have been documented. That almost every aspect of this individual's life is on the internet. So we're going to try and read through this comic. Now, as I was trying to say before, I don't know how long it's going to take to get through each episode, so we're not going to guarantee that we can do a whole comic per episode, because it's just not going to happen. It will be more like one or two of the sub-episodes within the comic per YouTube episode, but hopefully by the time this gets noticed by anyone that isn't just us and our mum,
Us rewatching it multiple times.
Yeah, get those views up, likes it on all of our alternate accounts.
Don't out us.
And this out. So when you see that there's 7 likes and 0 dislikes, please drop a dislike so that we know where our place is. Thank you. So yeah, we're going to just get straight into it. Now, contrary to gender stereotypes, we're going to attempt to read this. We're going to attempt to narrate this in accordance with opposite gender. Meaning I am going to be taking all of the female characters, and Janine here is going to be taking all of the male characters.
Well, Peter's doing the narration as well.
I'm doing the narration, so I get one male role. So we're now going to actually start after 5 minutes of sitting here doing nothing.
Okay.
SONICHU, Episode 0 from Quick Comics, drawn November 24th, 2004. This is the hand-drawn premiere issue. All SONICHU material are copyrighted March 2000.
Oh, bless you, trying so hard.
I am trying to put on a good show, okay? I'm sorry that I've taken acting lessons all my life.
Carry on.
All SONICHU material are copyrighted March 2000 to by Christian Weston Chandler.
Go, SONICHU. Go out and zap to the extreme. I will. Thank you, Father.
That's a really high quality front cover. And actually, when you read more of the comic, you realise that is one of the better drawn pages in this comic.
It just degrades.
Normally, when you have hand-drawn pieces of work,
They get better.
They get better because the artist has refined their style.
There's just stages of him just giving up.
It is like every stage of grief, this comic. But we're not here to slate Chris Chan. We actually really quite enjoy reviewing Chris Chan and learning about their ways. They're such an interesting individual to learn about. But we're gonna, without any further ado, begin episode 1, SONICHU'S origin. And I must admit, that's quite difficult to read, the SONICHU. I appreciate the
I
little...
have to squint.
The little lightning bolt. Yeah, but you're blind.
Sort out my glasses wearing.
Yeah, I do appreciate the lightning bolt effects, but it's a little bit of an eyesore sometimes. Our story begins in an open field, 5 miles from the city of... Don't laugh.
Sorry.
This is like a good
Yeah, yeah,
Shakespeare
yeah,
play.
yeah.
You have to be true to all of the punctuation, all of the grammatical nuances.
Thee, not thy.
Yes, exactly. So, our story begins in an open field 5 miles from the city of Station Square, which is under siege by the perfect chaos monster, which is actually a real thing in a Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Oh.
While Sonic the Hedgehog ponders over the destruction, a wild boy Pikachu... Don't poi shame me. A wild boy Pikachu takes notice of the far-off destruction.
Pika?
That was scarily good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father.
I'm Christian Weston Chandler, SONICHU'S creator and author of this comic. This is his story and nothing less.
All SONICHU material is copyrighted March 2000 to 2005.
Oh, we have a date now.
Yeah, well, he did actually take out copyrights on the SONICHU franchise, because it's more than just the comic at this point.
My.
It's the medallions, he's done figurines. And
Has he actually?
mm-hmm. And just...
Can we have one?
No, I think they're like handmade and you have to spend ridiculous... I don't think he does it anymore.
We're still buying one.
Okay.
I
Yes.
don't care.
Our YouTube set requires one. What YouTube set? We're literally just voices on a screen. Our internet. We can just put a picture of it up and then we'll have it as part of the set.
Have me patience.
Post-editing, Peter! I want to just take this moment before Janine flips the page.
Sorry.
I want to take this moment to appreciate that this is not our comic. This is Christine or Christian Weston Chandler's
We've already said
comic.
this, haven't we?
Yeah, well, as the official pages
Oh.
suggest, but I wanted to take this moment because I know that Chris often does look
Yes, true.
at the videos, and I wanted to say this is parodic. We're just reading through, we're just getting an insight, we're putting our commentary on it. We're not trying to criticize or make fun of you in any way or claim this as our own in any way, shape or form. Okay, so now we get on to the second page here. Meanwhile, so we see Sonic is fighting
Yes.
I guess that's the perfect chaos monster. You see
With diamonds?
I believe they're the chaos stones, I think they're called.
Oh, yes.
From
I
the
remember
game.
this.
And they all form to
Pikachu-
make his... I can't remember what it's called.
Don't try.
Yes, the fans of Chris are going to out me for this, but there's a special kind of Sonic which he turns into, which basically just looks like SONICHU.
Oh.
But
Alright, and
you can see
Pikachu runs...
Pikachu running. He's running towards the destruction because, of course, you've got to get front row seats. You're not scared for your life. You are... he's a brave boy.
He just wants to know what's up.
Yeah,
And then you have that scary flipping picture.
That is actually... Credit where credit is due. That is quite good perspective on the mouth there. The fact that it gets deeper and smaller at the back.
Yeah, sure.
That's what she said.
And then we have narrate.
Oh, yes. Ouch. Kind of looks like he's kissing him. He's going in for a bit of a...
Smooch.
It's the first action I've had in months.
As if.
Anyway, so then we see a rainbow actually emerges out of the Pikachu. And it says, very, very small, 15 miles away, in what looks like a beach hut, there is a girl Raichu. And she's like, huh? And then the rainbow comes down and provides all of that goodbye energy. And it forms very well coloured panels there into our nice pink character.
When you can't say the name yet.
Shush. At the cottage. Oh yes, it's me. I get to do this.
Yes.
Raichu, I saw the... Who are you? Where's my Pokemon? Another gasp.
Yes.
Kel, I am your Pokemon.
Why have you done such a demonic voice?
Because it's the Star Wars. It's a Star Wars reference. That's got to be a Star Wars reference. Am I the first one to pick out that that's a Star Wars reference?
I wouldn't know. Is it actually? I didn't know he was a fan of it.
Chris, if you are watching this, can you let us know, is
Confirm.
that supposed to be a Star Wars reference.
It probably isn't.
It probably is. He was a very big fan of the Star Wars series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hit by a rainbow, and now I have transformed. Oh my god. What's with the sighing?
It's just not the kind of voice I'd fit to the pink character.
Gender stereotypes, dear. We're
Yeah,
supposed
okay.
to be knocking them off here.
Alright.
Oh my, you're as beautiful as a rose. As a rose? I need a new name, since I'm a new Pokemon, so you may call me... Zapbud. This is the first of many infamous moments in this comic, in which, for some reason, Chris has decided to put Zapbud in the corner where it's very visible, and Rosachou, if you look very carefully inside the flower, you can see Rosachou written inside the flower in a very delicate, fitting form of pink. So and then we see on the next page, we've got Sonichu
Waking up. Oh. What? I've changed. Huh?
And you see the perfect chaos monster with his spaghetti arms.
The battle is on. I've got to help. Time to zap. Speedy Gonzales legs.
Infinity War, because...
Jumps. Lands on a building.
I think he's going across the side of the building now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Meanwhile...
Ends up in front of the
see
chaos
the
monster.
big boy right there.
Jumps in front of the chaos monster. Thunder!
Rar XD.
Almost got him.
I'm very proud of you for keeping a straight face there.
Also in character. But he's flying around? I don't know what that flipping thing is. Oh, he beat him. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I think
Alright,
they
we have to
defeated
do the chorus thing.
Sonic!
Sonic! Sonic! Yay!
I love how we had the same exact voice for that as well.
Yeah.
Later.
Wow, what a battle. Not only that, but I've received super speed, a new body, and above all else, I'm able to talk like a human. Wow. And apparently, I look like that hedgehog I've helped earlier, from the cheers. I guess his name was Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic had just about the same abilities as I do, and I guess I am now a hedgehog now too. I am a new Pokemon. I am no longer a Pikachu. So with inspiration, I am now Sonichu.
That's a nice pose.
Yeah. And from then on, Sonichu went on to make new friends as well as enemies, and he will use his abilities to stop evil and to save the world. Stay tuned for more zapping adventures of Sonichu.
We have finished the preview of episode 0 of the comic. Are you proud of us?
That writing was so hard to read.
It is quite difficult, and it gets harder because this is actually one of the better made comics in terms of as a comic strip, because there's this rule in any kind of cinema, whether it's comic book art or movie art, and it's called show not tell. And that's basically the idea of showing your audience through visual medium what you're trying to portray rather than just writing it, or in some cases narrating it or speaking it.
Yes.
So this particular issue I think does quite well. It has some full page spreads, it has quite a lot of action scenes. You get an idea of what's going on.
Sorry.
I was on a roll there of actual informative information. Also, can we just appreciate that Chris's hair in this last...
That quiff.
That kind of reminds me of, you know, in the... I believe it was in the Ant-Man film. You know, the Russian guy, the hacker, one of his mates. You know the Russian guy, he's the hacker, he's on the computer.
The Russian. Oh, yes.
Yeah, he's got his hair.
Oh, yeah.
I'll get a picture up. There'll be a picture
Okay.
up on the YouTube page, and everyone else will get to see it.
That's fine.
It's just you that I'm trying to explain it to. It's not the people.
I don't have any visual aid.
I'm not going to lie to you, Janine. The people are probably a little bit more in tune than you are at this point in life. All right, let's try and do another one. Sure. And this is not really an episode. This is more of a little bit of information about the characters, which, to be honest, should have come before the first issue. But I guess that's kind of the teaser trailer, the premiere issue.
Wait, is this all in Christian's voice?
We can just do it according to what gender the character is.
Okay, that's fine.
So you can do...
Yes. As the creator of Sonichu and his world, I feel that I should take you on a trip to learn more. Besides, I promised my other hedgehogs as well. So let's tour my section of the cartoon world. The comic title is Sonichu. By that, we man the saga of the electric hedgehog Pokemon. Location, it is set in and around the city of Quickville, a vibrant community with good people, an average amount of cool places to chill at.
Connection interrupted.
I am the mayor.
This is not just any average comic book creator. We're now dealing with a member of authority.
When you make yourself OP.
True. Although I must admit, the idea of making a city is something I've actually done. This is not something Janine knows. The YouTube audience is finding this out for the first time, along with my fiance here. I genuinely spent about 2 months of my life making a city. I made like a portfolio. I came up with eco-friendly ideas because, when I was in high school, I was learning about a place called Curitiba in Brazil. And it was basically an eco-friendly city with buses and streets laid out in certain ways and lots of pedestrianising, all that boring stuff, geography things. And I was like, hey, I want to make a city. So I actually did it. So I can agree with Chris. It's fun to make a city. It's fun to build a world.
Maybe, but I mean, I want to hear more about this flipping.
You can hear more about it later, dear. I don't actually think I have much of it left.
Did you call it a name? Was it?
It did have a name, but I honestly
Peterville.
can't remember. I wish. That would be way cooler than what I came up with. I can't remember what it was.
Eco-friendliness.
I'll find it later.
Characters. This is Sonichu, the electric hedgehog Pokemon, and main character. Age, 16 years. Hobbies, running, surfing, chilling.
Chilling.
I wasn't aware that could be a hobby. What do you do when you chill? Do you just lay there?
Is it like the other half of Netflix, isn't it? I wouldn't know. We lost our Netflix.
People say chill. It's... Oh, yeah, true.
I guess if you're chilling, you're just kind of hanging out, you know.
Oh, okay. We should say
relaxed,
that.
a nice relaxed atmosphere.
Mostly outdoor activities. Can't relate. Asthma.
We literally have a channel where we teach you football. Check that out, by the way.
Other facts. He enjoys the scenery around him. Mostly a lot of people. His favourite colours are yellow and blue. Okay. And he enjoys popular music. And he loves Rosachou.
I love the little smiley face.
Aww.
That's actually one of the best drawn things in the comic.
I really, 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 really...
Like
really,
you?
No. the hobbies and like other facts things, it's just so... What's the word? Generalised?
Sure, non-specific.
It just bothers me.
It's like a Tinder profile.
Yeah.
You know, like every guy that you see is just like, what up, I like football and I like to chill out and I like movies. Also, could you imagine your favourite colours being the colours you are? Hey, you know what my favourite colour is? Peach and mouse brown. So, Rosachou is a spunky and very beautiful girl electric hedge... Something interesting happened there. Rosachou is a spunky and very beautiful girl electric hedgehog Pokemon. Age 15. 15. Keep that in mind, okay? 15. Hobbies: frolicking through the fields, shopping...
Theresa May.
That's the fields of wheat.
The fields.
Only about... of the 5 people that are going to see that, half of the people are going to be from Britain. So only... And maybe one of those will get it. Shout out to the one person who gets it. If you don't get it, it's a meme. And please look it up. It's brilliant. Anyway, shopping at Quickville Mall and cooking.
Could he have chosen any more stereotypical hobbies? And frolicking through the... it was...
Isn't that kind of mean? I mean, farmers have a job, right? Like, imagine growing crops. You've just You've just fertilised all your crops. You've spent months growing them. It's been a
This
bad harvest last year.
Flipping girl running through the crops.
You're trying to feed your family of 5 children and your lovely wife, and then you just look out the window and there's just a hedgehog. But no, I'm not sure if you've seen the way that hedgehog Pokemon run in Sonic or in Sonichu even, but
Legs?
they are fast and they create fire.
Oh,
right, or they would create fire because they're going so
farmers.
fast. They're poor fields, man.
She's not as innocent as we thought.
No, I need to stop tangenting. Her original trainer is the caring girl Kel. Rosie is Rositu's nickname, and she likes to pick flowers. I thought they kind of implied that with the frolicking through the fields, but okay. Her favourite flower is the Zap Bud. I thought that was her name. She always keep her heart saved for her Sonichu. Got to stay pure and Christian. Am I right, Christian? No. Kel is Rositu's caring Pokemon trainer.
Nate
Zurich.
Nate Zurich is the son of Team Rocket boss Giovanni.
A little bit of background history about us while we're going about the background history about the Sonichu comic. I have been overly involved in this topic for about 3 years of my life. I've been what's called a Christorian, a person who is...
Heard of that reference.
It's great. Is very invested in Chris's life, and I still follow her on Twitter. And Janine...
Wants their shout out.
Desperately. And Janine has not. Janine has literally learned about Chris in the last 3 weeks.
When we binged the documentary
We've
series.
been Gino Samuel's documentary series. If you haven't seen that, go and see it. It is amazing. If you have about 10 hours spare. And
Best 10 hours of my life.
Yes, I would. If I had the choice between any activity and that.
Those cliffhangers, though.
Yes, they are. Shout out Gino Samuel.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yes, no, your bit.
Black Sonichu, aka Blachu. He is Sonichu's evil twin. He was created in Giovanni's lab from... I'm sorry, is the accent too much? From Sonichu's DNA with an accidental dose of cherry cola. See what it does to you, people.
You know the whole meme about, like, people who drink overdoses of Dr. Pepper? Like basement dwellers and stuff. This is Blachu, or later referred to as Blake, is what results. We've actually reached now the kind of back cover of it, which is all Sonichu material is copyrighted March 2000 to 2005 by Weston Chandler. Any names or persons illustrated in any of the Sonichu comics except that of Weston Chandler that may seem similar to anyone in real life are purely coincidental or otherwise...
Yeah, really. You know what?
Happy.
Yes.
Are purely coincidental or otherwise parodic. Just like this piece. Please don't copyright strike us, YouTube. We are good people. We're just trying to feed our kids here.
Yeah. What kids?
Oh yes,
the unborn ones.
We've got more characters.
Oh yes.
From the Rainbow of Chaos Emerald. Chaos Emeralds. Oh God, I called them Chaos Stones. The Chaos Emerald energy. Eggs were released into various locations around the world. They hatched into 5 more electric hedgehogs with special characteristics.
Ooh.
When all the hedgehog Pokemon are together, they make up the Chaotic Combo. I should probably do that a little louder. That was very quiet. The Chaotic Combo.
I'll do the male ones first.
Sure.
Grass Electric, Wild Sonichu. Wild was raised in the jungle by Venusaur, who taught him Razor Leaf, and a Scyther taught him how to express his speed and ninja skills. Psychic Electric, Magi-chan Sonichu. Magi-chan raised himself in the mountains as he meditated and perfected his technical towers he tends to keep to himself a lot.
You know what I loved about that one?
What?
You could hear your breakdown. There was an audible moment in which you heard...
Fighting Electric.
Those are your types, by the way, in Pokemon. I should mention.
Are they
Glass Electric, Psychic Electric, Fighting Electric. These are all types in Pokemon. This is... Because every character is a Pokemon. It's supposed to be a Pokedexable Pokemon for the Pokemon games.
You interrupted me. Punchy Sonichu. Punchy grew up in a dojo where he perfected his punches. He is also full of random access humour. Because you need some of that in life. He lost his tail in a brutal fight.
Darn. Okay. And then you got Flying Electric, Angelica Ruizuchu. Angelica was raised in a church by nuns. Angelica is a believer. Believer.
I was just going to say that.
So she prays every night and day. She is usually at peace, especially while flying sky high.
Never at peace. Can't relate.
I have anxiety. Bubbles Ruizuchu. She is a water...
You forgot to say what? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Just about to get...
On your tips.
It's like having a mother. Bubbles Ruizuchu is a water electric type.
Thank you.
Bubbles was raised by a mother swampert who taught her to create tidal waves. Bubbles has a happy, positive personality and she just loves to have fun. Flame the Sunbird. She's a guy character, I think, so you can...
Flame the Sunbird is the protector of the Master Sunstone on the mysterious Rainbow Island.
I cannot remember Flame the Sunbird at all.
No.
So
I've
read most of this comic. Janine has read literally nothing. We've got to the point where Janine's read up to. So this is Raw Reactions from My Fiancé. That will be the new title. Teaching My Fiancé Raw. We are not getting monetized.
Of mysterious origins, 3 more electric hedgehog Pokemon will rock Quickwill. Christian Sonichu.
Sarama Ruizuchu.
And Wesley Sonichu.
One thing I will give Chris quite a lot of credit for is he's come up with a lot of the characters prior to actually introducing them into the story. I don't know if he just added them in later. I'm not actually well versed enough in my Christory to know that. But I'm pretty sure he just...
actually have all the characters on.
Yeah,
already.
That's quite impressive because most comic creators, especially new ones, don't do that. They come up with a character and then they run out of things to do with that character, so they bring in more.
And they die them off.
And then they die them off.
Sorry.
Yes, here we go. A couple of 2-bit villains. I wouldn't even give 2 cents for them. Mary Lee Walsh.
And the Jerkops.
We should also mention this is the original version, I believe, of the comics. So characters like Mary Lee Walsh are still Mary Lee Walsh, whereas they are revised in later editions to be different characters.
And lastly, there is me, the intrusive creator in SONICHU'S story, Christian Weston Chandler. To describe myself, in real life, I'm a very creative person. I enjoy playing video games, Sonic the Hedgehog, Pokemon, Animal Crossing. I also like to build with Lego pieces, and I enjoy most kinds of music. I am also fascinated with the Transformers. I also play the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Game trading card games.
Oh, Lord.
I hated those.
I love Pokemon cards.
No, the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh. Hey, Chris, if you're watching this, can we trade Pokemon cards?
He has such a collection, it's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing. Well, me, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not embarrassing.
I only have stacks of them.
I only have 5 full sets. What are you on about, including all the Rainbow Hollows? Shh, I'm not weird flex, but okay. I don't need a YouTube ad revenue. I have Mewtwo.
Oh my god.
Mewtwo ad revenue, am I right?
Basics. 5'10". Born on February 24th, 1982. I'm working towards a computer-aided drafting and design degree at Piedmont, Virginia Community College. That's quite good, actually. I'm also single, lonely, and I need a girlfriend.
What were you saying about it being good?
Well, just... He
had academics.
Yeah,
he had academia. He was quite intelligent, I think. Please enjoy the rest of this comic, and for more information on Sonichu, check out Quick's Sonichu site at www. That's not actually the site anymore because he kept getting his sites hacked. That was episode 1 and the character portfolios of Sonichu. What did you make of that?
Promising.
I would say it is nothing short of the greatest comic ever made. We will be making this a running series. We will be going through, hopefully, the entirety of the comics.
Oh boy.
At this rate, it's going to take us months. So please do subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to leave a little comment and say anything that you've learned this episode as well.
I mean, what have we learned?
What have we learned? We've learned that Sonichu existed because a Pikachu ran into him.
But yet he is the father of
Yes,
Sonichu.
Chris is the father and the creator, but is also in the comics, sort of, kind of, not really. In all fairness, you know, it's a harmless enough comic. It's a pretty cute little story, I guess. And actually, the origin story kind of makes sense as to why Sonichu, like, as far as making a Sonichu character, you know, a
Yeah.
amalgamation of two characters, that's probably...
Pretty solid backstory.
Yes, that he has fact-checked. Also, if you have been watching the scores up on the sides of Peter and Janine, we are doing a little tally to see how many times we lose it, how many times we have tangents, and then we have 3 of our own unique ones for things that we're very prone to doing. So if you ever hear a ding, that means that one of those things has been updated because we've found it in post-editing. We hope to see you again on the next episode really soon.
Bye.
See you soon.